So my child learned how to say his first sentence reading this book. And stay tuned to the very end because I'm going to share with you a really amazing resource that you have got to have if you have a baby or a toddler age child. And I'm so excited. He was only one. And the name of this book is Brown Bear, What Do You See? Why? I know why. Because this book has so much repetition. Brown Bear, what do you see? It's prompting. So what do you see? And then I see a yellow duck looking at me. And obviously I'm not reading it in order, but this book, it's repetitious, which makes children more likely to remember and hear those words. It's not too overstimulating. You see one picture, they can focus on one thing at a time. And it is just such a gem. Let me know right now in the chat below, do your kiddos or the children in your class love Brown Bear, What Do You See? That is why this channel is named that. Okay, book number 2. And I want to welcome you if this is my first time meeting you. My name is Brianna, and I'm an early childhood educator, and I love helping people like you and me. And so anyway, so the book number 2 is First 100 Words. What I love about this book is that it's real images, and these are images that young children see in their daily environment, or likely to see in their daily environment. And the cool thing about this book is I got the awesome opportunity to watch my child personally go from me reading it to him now reading it back to me. So it's really one of those books that children can really grow in their confidence as they're identifying the different objects. Book number 3 is the one that my youngest child absolutely loves, is Hello Baby. And I remember when I was in college working with infants, is they love looking at themselves because it's fascinating. Like, who is that person looking back at me? And once again, it's prompting them with their senses. They're seeing a reflection of themselves. And this also is a great book that will lead you to body parts. And so this is so fun. Hello Baby, the mirror book. So a couple of other fun books is the Touch and Feel books. Now I like these books because, let me turn this camera around so you can see, is the Touch and Feel book, let's move this over, is you really get an opportunity to feel the different textures. And so when you spike their senses through touching and you find books that incorporate different type of fabrics and different types of things, it's prompting a response, which in return could prompt them to talk or to talk non-verbally. So this is just a great little set that I absolutely love. And I'll make sure I link all of these below. Another book is Amazing Feelings, especially as your baby or your toddler is growing in themselves and they're expressing all these emotions. This is one that I love because it really demonstrates children that are at their age having all of these emotions, and it leads you to a great song. One of the songs that I love as I'm getting this next book is If You're Silly and You Know It, go like this. So instead of just saying if you're happy and you know it, you can put in different emotions. If you're angry and you know it, go like this. I'm angry. And it's just really a fun way to help children identify feelings. So this is a great book. Another book is God is With Me. Everywhere I Go, God is With Me. Once again, it is a book that shows places that children are used to seeing. So when they're with their friends, at the store, in the car. And once again, this is a book that I went from reading this to my child, and as he grew in his toddlerhood, he started reading it to me. And so the last 2, or should I say 3, because I just couldn't leave this one book out, is one of the best books that you want to find is a book that your child is interested in. And I know you're like, how can a baby tell me what they're interested in. They can. So whether it be them looking at it longer, as they grow up into their toddlerhood, they're pointing. And so find a book based off of the things that your child tends to be drawn to. So if it's music, you want to find more musical books. One of the books that my toddler, before he turned 3, and he's actually still loving this, is Cars. So actually the first Brown Bear Book Club book was My First ABC Transportation book. Very simple, and it's all just transportation because that's what he loves. So anytime you find something and you know your child is interested in, go for it. Get that book. Another cool resource that's just a must is First Words Baby Signing. That's right. I love this book because it teaches you how to sign. So there's different flaps for mommy, daddy. So as they're learning language, one of my children's was milk. So I'm a breastfeeding mama, and milk was the sign that both of my kids learned very early. And so as they may not be able to speak verbally yet, they can start signing. They're definitely speaking through their body language. And what I mean verbally, because we know crying is also communicating, but when you're not able to understand them, sign language is a great way to incorporate that language development. And especially as your child grows, they'll love lifting these flaps and signing with you. And one of my all-time favorites as an adult and as a child is always including some type of baby first Bible stories. This is something I love to read to my babies when they're young, and we obviously grow into older Bible stories. But I love this one because it's just a simple one-pager, and you're incorporating God's Word. And it just really is inspiring, and it just sets a good atmosphere before they go to bed. Let me know in the chat below, what was your favorite book that you saw today? Which book do you like the most? Which ones do your children, or maybe the children in your class, the babies in your class, like the most? Let me know in the chat below. And everything is linked below, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.